The 30 Grandchildren Badge Attempt, Part 10. Hi, Carrot's here and welcome. They're off to school for the last day of the week. They just drove past Tony's house. That's their father. He lives very close by. And here they are. The last time we'll see them all getting out of the bus and heading into school. Next time this school day, there'll be at least one of them will have aged up to young adult. I'm trying to get the ones who have got opportunities from school to get them completed as fast as possible. Looks like a few of them missed breakfast. This is the day after they got back from their trip to France. And that's it, the final two head into school. Now after school, some of them are doing their homework, so sitting on the footpath just outside the school while the bus waits for them. I'm still updating the world and their house as the game progresses, and since they've got that garden and I'm finding difficulty to finding seeds and things around town, I put the greenhouse lot into the world for them. It has the added benefit, of course, of having little sons that they can sell for 100 simoleons each, because money's short as well. And I add the humble harvest stands as well, so when they can start harvesting, they can sell their harvested crop here. It's autumn in the game now. I added a few things inside, and I've got a mod that will allow me to have the interactions for professional bars in any bar, so I just turned on that interaction for the bar that comes with the greenhouse lot. So Jerry's garden is quite small. Her lifetime wish is perfect garden, but her job is video game developer, so she doesn't get a lot of time in the garden to get her children to help, because she doesn't need to do a lot of gardening or even have a high gardening skill. All she needs is to live in a lot that's growing 8 different types of perfect plants. If they get tired, they autonomously wish for happiness or power or something, and I got them wishing for wealth because they need a bit of money. But this was before I put the BiDebug lights in. It was very grey. This is the best picture I can get from this end of the room. That's a lot of the butterflies they got from France. See the glowy butterfly closest? Between them they got 3 cars out of the wishing well, wishing for wealth. I only kept one of them though. The first 2 were a big lemon and a sloppy jalopy. I sold them. We kept Kendall's one speedster though. It was worth 85,000 simoleons. Those plastic crates over against the wall, they are custom content. I think they're from around The Sims 3. I use them to put fish that they don't want to sell yet, and any other things that they've found that they're not ready to sell just yet. I'll put all those butterflies into that insect cabinet that I've got there next to the chemistry table. So that's the car that he pulled out of the wishing well. That can be their car. They didn't have to pay for it, it just came out of the wishing well. Could have sold it and got a lot of money for it, but didn't. We've still got that genie, and we can still get another 100,000 simoleons by wishing for wealth. I sent him down there now to smelt some of the metals that they've found in France. They can sell them for more simoleons that way, adding value. Those lights that are hanging down so low, they're from Luna. They're custom content. The reason I use them so often is they're only 1 simoleon each. They're working on their skills that they need to maximise. Both of them need to get level 10 in painting. Dolores on the left needs to master guitar and painting. Kendall with the purple painting needs to master painting and photography. He's the one that just pulled the car out of the wishing well. Alicia and Lynette are the pair standing there in the middle of the room talking. That's Alicia walking towards us now and Lynette away. They both want to be zoologists. Alicia has completed her lifetime wish and Lynette is still working on hers. That's Kobe over in the background. I think he's just finishing off a painting that he started before. His lifetime wish is a private museum. His household has to have a collection of relics worth 20,000 simoleons. He's got about 7,500 simoleons so far from their trip to France. That's Javin in the white jacket. He's going to age up shortly. He won't be going to school anymore. They're all grade A, and most of them are either on the honour roll or they've been on the honour roll, and they've got their lifetime happiness points for being on the honour roll for 3 days. Looks like Kobe wants to go to sleep. It's getting a bit late. I like the little mech gnome painting over on the wall in the distance, just above the university bucket full of goodies. Most of this wishing is autonomous. Oh, she managed to get some money, but it wasn't very much. The problem is when they get tired, instead of going to bed, they'll usually either go to the wishing well and wish for happiness, or they'll go for a cup of coffee. He went and wished for power. I didn't send him there to do that, he just did that autonomously. He needs to go to bed though, he's tired. Next morning, there seems to be a lot of small animals running around playing in the autumn leaves fallen on the grass in their yard. Lynette is working on her lifetime wish of zoologist. She's number 3 in the list from this household. The other 2 have completed their zoologist lifetime wish. But she's not having much luck, so many of these little creatures are biting her and escaping. But she just got 2 then. I think it's going to take a long time before she manages to achieve her lifetime wish. Javan was the first to get his lifetime wish, and he was the first zoologist. And now Alicia has completed hers, and I'm thinking of aging her up at any moment. Megan, she's got to report into the science facility, caught a fish, or she's done something after for the school project, and she's got to go to the science facility after school. This is the hospital and science facility combined. You can't actually go into that fountain and sit in the fountain. It's sort of a rabbit hole combined with a non-rabbit hole. Quite a few of them had to go and catch some fish and hand them in. That's Sim walking towards the hospital at one with the shorts on. She is one of my Sims that I've added to the game, and so is the bloke with the red hair, the suit. A lot of the Sims in this world are Sims I've added. So I'll have to check her traits, the one in the shorts with the curly black hair. If she's suitable and she's still available, she'll be a mother of grandchildren eventually. So Kobe's working on his sculpture. That's Demetria, but she has got the lifetime wish to have a perfect private aquarium. She's got about 8 or 9 perfect fish in her inventory, and now she's all wet. Decided to keep them in the inventory until she's got all 13, otherwise it's too hard to keep them alive in the fish bowls. So once she's got 13 perfect fish in her inventory, I'll then buy 13 fish bowls and I can plop them all in at once, and she'll get her wish. Then I'll decide what to do with 13 fish bowls worth of fish. One of my online friends sent me a gift, and it turned out to be a video game, so I added it to the household. Whatever it is that Lynette's enjoying the new computer game. As you can see, the lighting's improved dramatically. I got busy adding Bydebug lights all through this room, so you've got good lighting around the wishing well now. Megan's home. Bydebug lights aren't the only thing I've been adding. This is down at the second bottom basement. This is the same level as Jerry's garden. I've taken up some of the extra soil rugs. She's not going to be allowed to have such a huge garden. And I have made a party room, because with 15 children all about to age up to young adult, I suspect we're going to have a few birthdays. And Felicia has already found the dance floor that I added, so they could all dance and have a wonderful party. You can just see the garden in the background there, just behind that half wall. I didn't even make it a completely separate room. There are a couple of other rooms down here though. I added a room to be used as a nectary. It's got a nectar making machine in it, and another room for Kobe to use for his private museum to display his relics. Joni also found her way down to the party room and decided to pull a red cardinal out of her pocket and have a conversation with it. The bird seemed quite relaxed about the whole thing. Meanwhile, upstairs, Dolores has completed her guitar skill. She's got to level 10 in guitar. Now she's working on the other skills she needs to master to get her lifetime wish. So she's about halfway there. I think she's about level 6 in painting at this point. Now all I've got to do is keep her away from the guitar so she can paint. She wants to just play the guitar constantly. See that archway behind her head? That is leading to the new area that I've made but haven't fully decorated yet. Jerry got a promotion at work, and she's off to work at the crack of dawn, even before the sun's fully up, in her new job. I was under the impression Javan had finished school, but obviously not, because there he is in his white jacket waiting to go in to class, and he's still a teen. You can hear all the music playing because they've all been busy completing their opportunities from school, and they're getting awarded their lifetime happiness points and simoleons as reward for catching fish and finding things that they had to go find. I think Javan is still a teen, so he could report in after having to work for a day. Because a few of them had to work for a day, and they've done their work. Let's enjoy a bit of a stroll around Cake Island. There's Javan. It's after school, and he's come down to the beach to go fishing. There's a great need for perfect fish and other fish at this point. Javan's being hopeful. It's the only part of this world where you can get down to the water. The island is like a plateau that's high above the water. There's just one place that they can get down to the beach and do some fishing or swimming or whatever they want to do. There's plenty of fish spots there in the salt water. There's actually quite a lot of spawners along this beach, but they're not spawning very much for me at the moment. That's our witch from the last episode. She's come down to play with her magic. I hope Javan's caught a few fish. I found Jerry had stopped off on her way home from work to sit at the fountain and read her multi-tab. I wondered where the fountain was and pulled back, discovered it was in the hospital science facility rabbit hole. Javan was standing in some random spot reading his multi-tab as well. He'd just delivered his fish that he'd caught to the science facility and completed that opportunity. It was him running out of it when Jerry was sitting there reading her tablet at the fountain. Found some bugs that he was chasing. There's a light beetle just behind him. That was the last one he had to collect. He's already caught all of the other beetles that he needed for that opportunity. And I was surprised to discover that he could hand it in now. I thought he'd have to wait and go to school tomorrow. After he'd handed in his beetles and got his lifetime happiness points, he went home and I caught him and Megan working out in front of the TV. He had a few seeds that needed planting. That outfit of his is a bit of a problem. He's got those long white boots on underneath, but I've thought it's not long before he ages up. The party room's all there waiting for him. That's that bit at the end there. That is where the other two little rooms are. The one for the nectary and the other one is for the private museum. That one little gnome that I turned into a toddler in the last episode is still a toddler. I think Javan might be getting a hint that he's about to age up. I've just got to wonder what to do about Felicia, because she is equally able to age up now. Remember, at this point, all 15 of these children, or these teens, are all exactly the same age. It's not until they start aging up to young adult, but I'm not going to do that all at once. Not until they start doing the aging up to young adult that they will have different ages from each other. So I've got to decide, is Javan going to age up by himself, or will he age up with his sister and they both stay the same age? And that's Felicia there. She's also got seeds to plant. Lynette's gone out to the backyard to try to catch some more of those little critters for her zoo. I caught the mailman and raccoon playing catch in the front yard. I thought it was worth including. I remember recently in my video for the McFluff story, Iris came home from work late and there was the raccoon waiting for her and they started playing catch as well. And I was controlling Iris and was very surprised when she started playing catch with the raccoon. It must be an action that the raccoon has. Play catch with some poor sim. Here's Demetria. She's gone fishing. That reflection of the green hill in the water was just too pretty to not include in the video as well. There's a horse behind her in the distance. This is where Javan was fishing earlier, but just a slightly different spot. Now they're all busily tending the garden. It's early in the morning. It is the birthday morning and the garden looked absolutely dreadful. It was all wilting and full of weeds, and I thought if one sim works on that it will take all day. But with all of them, it was done in no time. And they worked surprisingly well together. That little toddler gnome is still a toddler. He is so cute. Besides getting the garden done, they're all working on their gardening skill. And some of them had a wish to either learn the gardening skill or to improve it. So there's a few lifetime happiness points being earned here as well. Most of them are still in the pyjamas, their sleepwear. Those paintings are by Sim Picasso. You can find them on the internet. The computers are where the bedroom that was really long, and I've cut it down to make it smaller, and I've put computers in that part of it. So here's Javan's birthday party. He's all set to age up, and all of his brothers and sisters and his mother are all there celebrating with him. This is the first time we've used the party room, and it looks like there's only one cake, so it'll be only one of them aging up. But after the party, I found a few shortcomings and I've added a few bits, and you can see them at the end of this video. So happy birthday, Javan. Let's hope he lets me give him a new trait, so I know what I want him to have. They make a lot of noise when you've got this many Sims all celebrating at once. He won't move out for a while. I've got a beautiful young lady Sim for him to get to know, and I'll move her her into this household where they can get to know each other. So that's it. Happy birthday, and I can give him a new trait. And he is going to become family-oriented. The new lady in his life is going to be introduced to this household in the next episode. So he's grown a little bit taller than all of his teen brothers and sisters. Shame there's not enough cake to go around, but half of them will get a piece of cake. I could have done something about that buffet table, but I didn't. See the buffet table on the right-hand side of the screen there with a white tablecloth? We could have put food on that. And I think the ones that missed out on cake just left without too much of a complaint. Maybe I should have aged Felicia up. She's thinking about setting some sort of a trap. There's a few hanging around. Oh, there is still cake there. Some of them are going to get it. Megan's got a bit. Over there behind them is a gap in the wall. I've added a sink to that after the end of the party because they all had to go all the way upstairs to the kitchen to wash their plates. And I thought that's not going to work very well for all these parties we're going to have. When I saw her walking off like that, that's when I decided we needed a sink on this level. I don't think I'll put a fridge in down here though. And since there's 16 of them, and this table only seats 8, I put another table and chairs in the other side, and I also added a new spiral staircase so they can get out of here faster. Otherwise it takes too long. They've all got to line up to go up the one staircase to get to school or work or something. See, that's where I added the new table and chairs, and that archway goes into the room for Kobe's museum. And that's the end of the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Don't think about subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet, and click the like button if you've enjoyed the video, and I will see you back in the next episode. So happy simming, and bye bye for now.